guys just stand up and shake it out. I'm doing this because I don't want to look a fool, but I'm nervous. Is this part of it? Yes.
What are we shaking up?
Just shaking up. Because I don't want to look and like embarrass myself. Okay. I would first like to announce my executive director, Ms. Terry Davis, better known as Ms. T. And also Jason, who was a previous ally at the Leadership Center. I really thank you guys for being here, and I thank you all for being here. What I want to reflect on today is something personal that I've learned, and it's more so that I learned my capabilities to lead. When I was in college, it hit me my junior year that I needed to have some type of leadership role or some type of experience in leadership, because I never had it before. So I decided to apply for what they call at Miami University a SOL orientation leader. So that's basically a summer orientation leader during the summer at Miami that acclimates freshmen to the Miami campus. And SOLs were like the celebrities of the campus. That's who you wanted to be. Like, they were the face of Miami. And I remember during my freshman year, they made me want to go. I'm like, if people at Miami are this cool, then I have to be here. So I wanted to be a part of that. So I applied, and I made it through the first phase, went on to the second phase, and they didn't tell what the second phase was going to include. They just said, just come on and to the second phase. And so when I walked in, it was a whole bunch of people in there. And I was thinking it was just going to be an interview with just me. And it turns out it was going to be a group interview. And how many people like group interviews? Oh, well, well, I don't. And I never even heard of a group interview before that. So I came in not even knowing what to expect. All I know was it was like the day from hell. They put us in like a scenario with a group of people, and throughout that whole entire time, people were just trying to get their voice heard. It wasn't like they were trying to solve the scenario. They just wanted to be like, I'm the one who has the right answer. So automatically, me being introverted and observant, I noticed that the type of leader that they probably wanted was that vocal person, was that extroverted person, was the person that took charge, and that wasn't me. So automatically, I just counted myself out. And I felt defeated, and I left the interview thinking I didn't get it, and I didn't get it. And so it really did set the tone for me about how I looked at leadership. So when the opportunity to join Public Allies showed up, I was very afraid, to say the least. I didn't think they would want me, but I took my first step in conquering my fears and applied. Of course, because you see me now, I got accepted. And I felt good about myself for making it through that long process. My next step was choosing an organization that challenged me, and so I sought after Winton Place Youth Center. I love the fact that it was a small organization because I would have a ton of responsibility. If I wanted to tackle that lack of confidence and fear of leadership, I knew that that was where I needed to be. Not only that, but I got to work with kids, and I really made a difference on a daily basis. My first half of service was interesting and very challenging. I felt embarrassed to call myself the assistant director. I began second-guessing myself when I wasn't meeting my objectives the way I wanted or wasn't making what I thought was an impact. Probably because I had really high expectations for myself. And Yvette really spoke on that earlier, just talking about how you come in and you have a plan and you think, oh, this is going to work out. Came into the organization, and that was not the case. Like, everything that I had planned, I really had to throw out the window. So it just really made me insecure. I thought I had the perfect plan in recruiting the 15 to 20 volunteers needed every week, and that failed. I also wasn't expecting the learning challenges I faced with my students while tutoring them. On top of that, my objective for presenting over 20 workshops to my students wasn't going too well either. The problem was that I didn't feel confident enough to get up and speak in front of them or even lead them in activities. Tasks that seemed so simple was so hard for me. That was until in one of our trainings we talked about impact. I learned that impact is how you measure it, that it doesn't have to be big or small, just that it has to be an impact in some way. It was like my light bulb moment. I was so pressed on making impact and not being confident in my abilities that I completely negated the accomplishments along the way. Big or small, they were accomplishments. So I took the time during my winter break to regroup and look at my objectives with a different mindset. I sat back and relished on what I achieved so far and came back the last half ready to go. Like I said, that moment or that training that talks about impact just relieved the stress off of me. And once the stress was gone, it's like the insecurities went away. And I was able just to focus on really building relationships, not even at my current organization, but also with my public allies. Because before that, I was just so closed and so not open and just so insecure that I felt like I was not doing myself or my public allies any service. So with that gone, with that stress gone, I decided, I made it a point to speak up more during my TSP meetings, to try to speak up more during trainings. I decided to lead a workshop at our mid-year retreat, something that I was terrified of doing. Like, I didn't even, Nicole came to me and was like, Ashley, do you want to do this? And part of me was like, no. But I decided to do it because I wanted to just step out and, just lead like I know I can. And I definitely changed that organization. I felt like I became more vocal with the students, and I became more involved, and I was really unafraid. And at the end, I accomplished all of my objectives, and I really feel proud to say that I was the assistant director of Workplace Youth Center. And so my next steps are I'm going to grad school. I'm going to have to teach a college level class, and I can take this experience and apply that to that. Because beforehand, I wouldn't even think, like, no, there's no way I can teach a college level class. But now, I can do it. So